Dragon Ball has been the forefront of transformations in anime for decades. Even to this day, Dragon Ball Super is creating new forms more powerful and unique than the last. Iconic transformations like the original Super Saiyan, where Goku had nowhere else to turn and awakened his inner Saiyan strength through pure rage. Or Gohan's awakening of Super Saiyan 2, him breaking the barrier of the Super Saiyan and becoming the strongest warrior on Earth through letting go of his rage and sorrow, brought his amazing character to its climax and ended the greatest saga in the show. These transformations have revolutionized fighting in anime and all shows in general. However, there are some forms that the warriors achieve that haven't brought them to victory, or haven't even changed the narrative of the story from that point on. Transformations that are not only visually appalling, but have no sentimentality, vision, or progression in the characters in the story. Some of these forms are the ones that you guys will probably not expect at all, so let's just go through the worst transformations in the entire series. First up, we got Super Saiyan Grade 3, or it's considered bulked up Super Saiyan in the manga. It's probably one of the most baffling transformations in Dragon Ball Z. The idea was simple enough. Push Super Saiyan to its absolute limits and you get a form that enhances muscle mass and raw power. It sounds great on paper, and while Vegeta and Trunks were exiting the hyperbolic time chamber to use that on Perfect Cell, they were succeeding for the most part, but as soon as they tried to use it against a perfected Cell who was actually starting to try, the flaws became glaringly obvious. The form might have given them massive strength, but it completely crippled their speed, leaving them vulnerable. Trunks in the end admitted defeat to Cell and just de-transformed. Goku, locked in the hyperbolic time chamber, was explaining to Gohan why Grade 3 couldn't win the day. He made it clear that the form's sheer lack of agility made it a non-starter when facing a swift, deadly opponent like Cell. The moment of peak failure of this form came when Vegeta, ever prideful, used Grade 3 to launch his final flash at Cell. Despite the sheer power behind the blast, it wasn't enough to defeat the android, and Cell survived it with maybe half of his body gone. He took it like a champ with a little more than a taunting laugh. The transformation was a perfect example of how raw power without control can lead to disaster. Super Saiyan Grade 3, while a stepping stone for Super Saiyan Grade 4, which is perfected Super Saiyan, was undoubtedly one of the worst transformations that, these fighters could have used. Goku explained it himself, as I said earlier, the sheer lack of, speed and agility you lose is absolutely just not worth it in the end. Next up, we got one you guys, like some of you might have expected, most of you expected Super Saiyan Grade 3 to be on here because it's just impractical. Next up, we got False Super Saiyan. This form was introduced in Dragon Ball Z Lord Slug, and it's a strange anomaly in the Dragon Ball universe. It's almost as if the writers wanted to explore the idea of a Super Saiyan before the true form was fully realized in the anime. The transformation looks kind of similar with the golden aura and, the Super Saiyan hair. He loses his pupils for some reason, which I guess is like sort of adding to the design, which looks okay, but it's clearly a half-baked version. In this form, Goku faces off against Lord Slug, a powerful demon king threatening Earth, but even with this new power, he struggles with it and he has to rely on Piccolo for help. Eventually, Lord Slug gets defeated by like Gohan's whistling or something. I don't know. I've watched it like in a while, been years probably. If you're gonna have to ask me which one looks worse, Super Saiyan Grade 3 or False Super Saiyan, I'm going with False Super Saiyan, to be honest. It's just like, it's not there for me. I was about to put Super Saiyan Power on this list, but I kind of like picked and choose between this one and then Super Saiyan Power. Super Saiyan Power is kind of a little bit better because it's okay, yeah, it's another movie. That movie altogether is better, and it just looks, kind of more clean and crisp, Okay, Goku's utilizing Super Saiyan while remaining in his base form, basically using the essence of it. It's kind of cool. It's a cool thing. False Super Saiyan just happens out of nowhere. But then again, it was just a stepping stone to the real Super Saiyan transformation we all know and love. Next up, we have one that you guys might have not expected at all. Probably not expected, right? Super Saiyan Blue. Hold on a minute. I'm not talking about mastered or perfected Super Saiyan Blue. I'm talking about the original. The one that they find in the blonde beige room, whatever it is. Super Saiyan Blue is a remarkable transformation, but not without its early flaws. The fusion of Super Saiyan God's divine power with Super Saiyan's raw energy created a form of unmatched strength, but at a terrible cost. When Goku and Vegeta first unlocked this power in Dragon Ball Super, they quickly discovered just how taxing it was on their bodies. The energy consumption was insane, and they couldn't sustain the form for long without risking complete exhaustion. At first, the only way to combat this was by switching between Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue to conserve energy, using bursts of Blue's power when they struck and then reverting to God to manage the drain. However, this strategy wasn't perfect. Each time they tapped into Blue, they burned through even more energy than usual, leaving them fatigued and vulnerable. In the Goku Black arc, they were forced to take risks, balancing between power and stamina. It wasn't until much later, after many battles, they were able to sustain and master Super Saiyan Blue, and use it without fear of running out of energy too quickly. They do this by completely conserving their ki inside of themselves. That's the entire point of Super Saiyan Blue. It's a form that utilizes Super Saiyan God and the rage of Super Saiyan while having excellent ki control, so you're basically an unstoppable fighter. Staying on to Super Saiyan Blue, we also have Universe Tree Super Saiyan Blue as our next form. In Dragon Ball Heroes, or Super Dragon Ball Heroes, sorry, a bizarre form emerges, Universe Tree Super Saiyan Blue. This form is born from Goku absorbing the energy of the Universe Tree in order to take on Fu, one of the most dangerous enemies in the multiverse. While the power boost is incredible, form is fleeting and uncontrollable. Goku can barely hold it for more than a moment. The sheer energy coursing through him is almost overwhelming his ability to control it. This transformation is a burst of raw might, but it comes at the cost of Goku's usual precision and strategy. This is sort of what I've also really hated about these new, Super Dragon Ball Heroes and stuff. Sure, I love Super Saiyan, I love, Kaioken, I love all, them going to the ends of the galactic universe and fighting, against these, inconceivably strong aliens, but it comes at a huge cost where you get into stuff like this, where they're battling literal, gods, and then, they're, using the Universe Tree. It's not even martial arts anymore, it's just lasers. The form is a flash of brilliance, sure, but it's like a comet. It burns bright and fades quickly, leaving behind the little lasting impact. Even though the Universe Tree Super Saiyan Blue gives Goku the strength to face Fu head-on, it's clear that without proper control, this form is nothing more than a temporary power-up, one that's more dangerous than useful. Next up, we're gonna go into Dragon Ball GT, and this is it's not Super Saiyan 4. This is my least favorite form in Dragon Ball GT. It's the Golden Ozaru form. It's probably one of the most visually striking transformations, not meaning that it looks good. I was about to talk about Universe Tree Super Saiyan Blue. It's just really, really bright. It's nothing special about it, but the Golden Ozaru, in my opinion, is worse. First appearing in Dragon Ball GT, this form combines the Super Saiyan power with the destructive might of the Great Ape, resulting in a transformation that is 50 times more powerful than the regular Ozaru. But it just gets completely overshadowed by Super Saiyan 4 because they cannot even control it fully. They were only able to manage this transformation by having Super Baby. It's been a while since I watched GT. The Ozaru's overwhelming power is seemingly nothing when you have Super Saiyan 4. You can literally transform into it right away. So I have there's no real reason to use that form. Sure, it's a nice cameo to put in Super Dragon Ball Heroes in the 3rd episode. It's nice, it's fine, but it doesn't look good. It looks like they spray painted a monkey, and the form is just impractical. Why would you want to be a Ozaru when even in the OG Dragon Ball series, after Goku drinks the divine water, he basically the Ozaru basically becomes a symbol of his strength. He doesn't need it anymore. He's never needed it in the first place. Alright, and the last transformation we're going to talk about today, I know this video was kind of short, I needed to keep it short, but here we go. Super Saiyan 4 in the Daima show. Don't get mad at me, I know the show just came out, I know that you guys were, okay, whatever, listen up. Super Saiyan 4 Daima is one of the most curious transformations in the Dragon Ball series. In Dragon Ball Daima, Goku achieves this form, but not through the traditional methods. Instead, he's granted magic energy by the Namekian Neva, and with it he taps into a new version of Super Saiyan 4. However, this transformation is not easy to control. It's even harder for Goku to access than Ultra Instinct. If he needs external help, just like Ultra Instinct, to tap into that, you already know that this transformation is not good. And it's significantly weaker than Ultra Instinct, whatever, dude. Whatever. The true power of this form remains a mystery, as we've never fully seen what Goku can do with it. He didn't do the Dragon Fist, so that's why I'm mad. If he did the Dragon Fist, he wouldn't be on this list. The struggle to access it not only adds to its mystique, leaving us questioning whether it was truly necessary for Goku to tap into this form at all. Super Saiyan 4 Daima just remains a wild card. We have no idea what's gonna happen, and I'm going to regret this so bad in the future when they introduce it into future chapters and such. So don't hate me too bad in the comments, but let me know so that I can feel bad. In the end, these transformations may have had their memories, but it's not every change for the better. Sometimes we just need to stick with what's good and stay with what's good. good. Some were simply a step too far, while others were nothing more than a misstep in the grand journey of Dragon Ball's legendary power-ups. It's easy to get caught up in the spectacle of these new forms and transformations, but sometimes the most iconic and memorable ones are the ones that build up on character growth, emotional depth, and true mastery. While these worst transformations, quote-unquote, certainly had their place, they remind us that power isn't just about how cool and flashy something looks. It's about what it means for the story, the characters, and the heart of the battle itself. And that is the number one problem I have with these newer transformations, is that they literally have no meaning in the story. It's just mindless fighting. And you know what? For that reason, I love Dragon Ball for some of that. I love just watching the fights. It was my childhood. However, what made it even more phenomenal is when you get to see Goku just resort to like literally anything, screaming in rage out of desperation after losing his best friend to this tyrant Frieza, who he absolutely loathes. Super Saiyan 2, even Super Saiyan 3, to defend the Earth and to, give one last hurrah for Goku on Earth. They all had meaning and purpose, and that's, the number one problem I had with Ultra Instinct in the anime, is that it literally had nothing. It had no meaning, it had no backing. It was so meaningless to me. It's cool, it's flashy, sure, but it really doesn't have any sort of meaning. But in the manga, they fix everything. They realize Goku's Saiyan pride when he remembers what his mom and dad look like, and he's allowed to tap in whenever he wants now. It's amazing, dude. It's incredible. I cannot wait to see what Dragon Ball has in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video took a while to make, so feel free to like, subscribe. If you got mad at the stuff I put in this video, whatever. God bless. Happy Ramadan. Happy Lent. Happy whatever you celebrate. I'll see y'all later. Yeah. All right. Have a good day.